Hello! I'm live. We're live. Well, I'm live. You're live if you're watching right now. But I know it takes a few minutes for people to join, so I'm gonna let that happen, allow them to join. Tonight, we are going to be talking about packing for Milsim West Latin American Escalation in Mexico. I'm going tomorrow, and yes, I'm just now packing, so whoops. That's okay though. That's okay. Just now packing. It's fine. Does anyone else pack last minute like me? Or am I the only one? Merry Christmas to all of you, or Happy Holidays, or Happy Hanukkah, whatever holiday you celebrate. Happy Merry to all of you. Oh, we've got a lot of people on now. Good. Hi, hello everyone. Thank you for joining once again. We are talking about packing for Milsim West in Guadalajara, Mexico. And I'm packing just like I would for any other Milsim West event, essentially. So I know that a lot of people have concerns about flying into Mexico with airsoft guns. So to just get those questions out of the way at the very front, Milsim West has worked with the federal police in Mexico, and they all have stamped and signed documents saying that they are aware that our airsoft guns are being brought into Mexico. We just refer to them as paintball markers because that's the language that they understand. And so we all have documents that show that. And so that is the way that we are all taking care of that to play airsoft in Mexico, is we have documentation to show to the anyone if we get stopped for any reason, which, crossing our fingers, hopefully we won't. We'll see. Flying in. So let me get started, and I will just show you kind of the basics of what I'm bringing, and you'll also kind of get an insight into how I pack for these games. Need a place to put that. Okay, so to start off, this is my ruck. It is from Tactical Tailor. It's called the Raider, and I really like it because there are lots of ways to access this main compartment. I can access it from either side. It's got mesh on the inside, mesh paneling and pockets on the inside, so I can organize all of my stuff in there. As well, I can access the inside through a zipper back here. I can access side panels, which here in one of these side panels I have a light. This is actually one that I got in one of my Spec Ops Global boxes. It's one that I can just hang inside of something because it does red, green, lots of different colors. If I have a shelter, sometimes I'll hang it inside the shelter just so I can see what I'm doing. But it's very dim, so it's just like a dull, nice lantern to have. And then on the other side, I can access another mesh compartment where I have a bunch of socks, because lots of socks are necessary, and I actually have a few more to add to this. Warm feet are a make or break thing for me at these MSW games, or at any game where you are out in the elements for 40 hours. I always like to have warm, dry feet. I saw that it's supposed to rain the day before, so I know the AO is going to be muddy. So bringing lots of different pairs of socks to change into, plus my feet always get cold at night. So it's always good to have warm socks to change into. These are all Smart Wool socks, so they are very warm and they're very moisture wicking, which is exactly what you need. Okay, going into my bag, I already have a few things that just stay in here all the time. I try to keep a few elements just in my bag at all times. That way I know they're always there. So in my top compartment, I try to keep a few things that I know that I will need to access frequently. or if I am like in a hurry or looking for something, there are a few things that I like to have ready to grab here on the top. Those things are Aleve, because let's face it, a lot of times you get sore or headaches or something else, or someone that you know is sore or has headaches. These have actually, you can make a lot of friends just by having pain reliever at games. Trust me, I've had enough friends get their teeth shot out to know that. The second thing that you always want access to, caffeine pills. These are something that are, you guys can see Zoe here. Hi Zoe, do you want to be on my live stream? I take caffeine pills. They help me stay awake at games because a lot of times at these games you are doing a lot of exercise, you're staying up all night, and you're not getting a lot of sleep because you need to be on watch, etc. So you really only get about, I would say, an average of maybe 4 or 5 hours of sleep a night, if that. So it's nice to have caffeine pills because you are need to keep your energy. If you don't, I mean, that's your thing. Just make sure you're hydrating a lot to go along with it. In my top bag, I also keep my Gerber. This is my multi-tool, so very handy to have around. The other great thing about it is also that it's supposed to be airplane legal, so I can take it on airplanes. I haven't tested it too much. I always have it in my checked luggage because I don't want to mess with it. But supposedly it's carry-on compatible. I keep Kleenex in here because when I get cold or at night, I just always have a runny nose, so I always have Kleenex in here. I have a headlamp. This is a Petzl headlamp. Now this, I actually would recommend that you get one that has a red function on it because white light is highly discouraged at these games. I basically only have it for if I'm walking back dead at some point or some aspect where I know that it's okay if I'm not spotted. But I would highly recommend, if you're getting a headlamp, make sure that it's a headlamp that also has a red light function on it because you're going to need that, and that's something that's usually required by the cadre as well. Also in this top bag, I keep hot hands. This is something that I always want to have on hand with me because I always get cold at night. And these work up for up to 10 hours. They're little hand warmers. You just open them, shake them, and you can have warm hands. I like to also, I keep them in my pockets, and then when I go to bed at night, I open up 2 of them and I put them at the bottom of my sleeping bag, so that way my feet will be always warm. I also have a headband that is just to help keep the hair out of my face because I usually get kind of sweaty. And then, girls will know about this, emergency tampons. Sorry boys if that really offended you by me showing that, but it is a necessity to have if you're a female. Okay, moving on inside my bag to other necessities that I have with me all the time. Let's see, I've got 2 extra Tactical Tailor. They're made by Tactical Tailor, but they're the Milsim West tourniquets. These are some of the original ones, and I like them, so I bring these. I have one, and then I have an extra one in case I lose one. I will also be putting a few other things in here. I'm actually just going to be packing as we go, so thanks for hanging out with me while I pack, guys. A few other things that I keep here that are easily accessible. This is newspaper. I use it in case my... You want some newspaper, Zoe? I know. Newspaper is really handy if your boots get wet. Just when you take your boots off at night, put them inside your bivvy and stuff them with newspaper, and the newspaper will draw all the moisture out of your boots and help to keep your boots dry. Lifesaver. And then for food, here's what, I've got more hot hands in here. See guys, I told you, I like to hoard these things because I'm always cold. Okay, for food, these are my go-tos for food for Milsim West events or just camping in general because they're so convenient. They're Campbell's Ready Meals. They also have Pace ones. You can find these in the sections where you like find ramen noodles a lot of times, or sometimes they're in the pasta aisle. Sometimes they're in the like canned meats aisle. It's very hard to find out where they are, but they're in a different place every time. But these are the most convenient things that I found for games because they taste really good. They're made to be microwaved and you don't have to do anything to them. So what we do is we put them inside of our canteen that has our Jett boil. Fill that with water, boil it, then you just take it out, open it, and you can eat it like this. And you actually can also eat these cold. So if your fire starter breaks or for whatever reason you don't have a fire, it's okay. You can eat these cold, they're all right, but obviously they taste a lot better warm. And then for lunch, I have these tuna packets. These are really, really easy to eat on the go. And I also like to get like tortilla bread or naan bread, some sort of bread that I can also eat this with. And then that is a good lunch. Additionally, I always try to stop and get snacks too. Usually anything that you know won't melt or get easily destroyed, I like to have Skittles or sour worms or M&Ms, peanut M&Ms. Anyway, sugar boost is always great. Ooh, last thing, this needs to be on the top. Wet wipes, because you may be needing them in the elements, and even if you don't have to use the restroom outside in the elements, wet wipes are just nice to have to clean your body. Any parts that stink or may smell more quickly, I like to take wet wipe baths pretty much every day that I'm there, just so I feel a little less gross. Also, the porta potties, if they are there, usually run out of toilet paper at some point, so you always need to make sure that you have those. Just wet wipes will save your life at these games. Trust me, make sure you always have wet wipes. Okay, now let's get back to my gear and everything that I am taking. For shoes, I have these Salomon mids. They are XA Pro mids. I've had these for a long time. They actually have some holes in them, so I really need to get new ones, but they are Gore-Tex, so that's really nice. Ooh, if anyone is asking where Jett is, sorry, I can't see the comments right now, but Jett's here. Hi, say hi, Jett.
I've got 2 laptops. That's how hard I'm working.
Oh, double laptoping, yeah. So he can moderate the comments, or if you have questions, Jett, feel free to butt in if there's anything super exciting or a super chat. Here's a tip that I want to give out for anybody that a lot of times at games you're going to need to be taking on putting on layers or taking off layers, and I'm not super comfortable with changing in front of a bunch of dudes. So I always wear compression shorts and a compression top, and both of these are moisture wicking, so this is something that's very easy for me to wear underneath all of my clothing that I can keep on, so that way I can change, put on different layers, whatever I need to do in front of people without worrying about whatever. I just don't always like to show off all my bits to strange people at games, contrary to probably what popular belief is.
Got a super chat from Devin L2PS PS4. Hope you all have a great trip and try cactus fruit.
Thanks, Devin. I definitely will. Really appreciate that super chat. Very nice of you. You're awesome. Cactus fruit. I definitely will try that. Sorry, this stuff was on the couch and the dogs have been sleeping on the couch and got some dog hair on it. Anyway, next up is warming layers. I actually was able to get these at like a basic any sporting goods store. This is a waffle top and bottom. So I've got I've got pants that I can put on. These are fleece pants or waffle top pants. So these will help keep me warm at night. So I put these on when it's getting close to night. And I only use these for sleeping in, not for movement. If you do a lot of movement while you're wearing these fleece tops or bottoms, then oh man, you are going to burn up. So make sure that if you are wearing a waffle top or bottom, or fleece bottoms or tops, make sure you take them off before you do any sort of movements, because otherwise you are going to be really hot, and you may end up being a heat casualty, and nobody wants that. It's really embarrassing. Okay. Also, told you I had other socks. These are actually called like heat holders. Yes, they're super duper thick socks. I just put these on for sleeping at night. Like I said, I like to be warm at night, so I put on these really, really thick socks just at nighttime, just for sleeping, so that way I can be comfortable.
Got another super chat from Jamie Cooley. Are you guys going to the next Camp Shelby event, I believe in February?
Yes, the Camp Shelby event, the one that we are going to is the Milsim West Insurgency one, and that is in March, I believe. Yes, it's in March. And yes, we will be, that's the one that we will be at. If you can go to one of those games, those are, people ask like, what's your favorite games? The insurgency style games are definitely my favorite games by far and away. Definitely favorite games to go to. So if you can ever go to one, try to get to one. Next up, these are really handy to have if you don't have gaiters, or if you're worried about your feet getting wet. These are waterproof socks. They actually work. These are called sealskins. Now they won't work if your feet have been in wet environments for a long period of time. So if you've walked through like 30 streams, then obviously your feet are going to start to get wet. But they do hold out the moisture for a really long time. So I like to wear these in the mornings, so that way when any of the dew is on the ground, or if there's a lot of mud, or if I know I'm going to be walking through water and I want some extra protection in addition to my Gore-Tex, I put these on, which I will definitely be wearing, because I like to have warm, dry feet, as I've emphasized so many times. It's really a morale changer for me, honestly. So as long as I have warm, dry feet, I'm good. Speaking of being dry, another great asset is to have a poncho. This is a poncho that can work as, you can wear it, you can also use it as a tarp for a shelter. So if it is a really cold environment, I can put this over my bivvy and it will help keep the heat in as well. So these poncho rain tarps are really nice to have. You can pick these up at pretty much any surplus store.
Everyone's asking for Zoe to get petted, but it's not that she wants to be petted. She just wants attention. And Leah's giving all the attention to the camera right now, so Zoe's jealous.
Zoe, come here. Come here. Come on. There.
There we go.
Don't worry, Zoe. There we go. Everyone's happy, mostly. See, now this dog wants to be petted. Look what you guys have started. It's a petting spree. Everybody needs love. Oh, Zoe, not on TV. Come on. Gosh, have some manners. Okay, sorry, buddy. Okay, you have to go lay down. I have to finish this. I have to finish this stream. Okay. Next up, oh, there's a super chat too.
Logan Taylor, hey guys, hope you have a safe trip. What are you most excited about? P.S. Tell, hey, I said hi, smiley face, smiley face.
I think his auto, like he was probably using autocorrect, and I bet Jett auto-corrected to hey.
Maybe. Hey.
Hey. What's up?
Oh, there he goes. Meant Jett. There we go.
I am most looking forward to seeing Mexico and experiencing the culture there. This will be my first time going to Mexico, so I'm really excited about that. I also know that we're going on a tequila tasting tour on a tequila train, and I think that'll be really fun. Cha-cha-cha. Okay, so my camo that I'm taking, the most comfortable camouflage in the whole world. This is Russian Spectre. This is the partisan jumpsuit, and the camo pattern is Spectre. As you can tell, they just look like pajamas. They feel like pajamas. They're so comfortable. I've got, these are the pants, as you can tell, and then the top, which has a hood. Oh man, why don't all of our tops have hoods? I don't know. And this is the top. This is the most comfortable camouflage we own. It blends really well in a lot of environments. I believe it may be kind of obvious there in Mexico. I think while there's still a lot of green, I think there's also a lot of brown, but we'll see. For my sleep system, I just washed this. So, you're gonna see it all happen. I have this sleeping bag that we got from REI that's really cozy. It compacts well, and so it is good in up to like 30-degree weather, I think. So it helps keep me warm. And then inside of that, I put the sleeping bag inside of a bivy. So this is a basically waterproof layer that you sleep inside of, and helps keep you camouflage. So this layer helps keep out all of the elements and also helps trap in another layer of heat. So I put all of that inside this compression sack, which Jett is sitting on, and this allows me to get this sleeping bag. I highly, if you are going to any Milsim West games, this is even not the smallest sleep system that I could find or the best compression sack that I could find. But if you're going to an MSW game, make sure that you find a sleeping system that can compact into a very small form, or as small as possible. I wish this one could go. I had one actually previously. It was the USGI sleep system, but it was so huge and so bulky that I've stopped using it, just because it's such a pain in the ass to pack and carry. Even with compression sacks, you couldn't get it small enough.
We've got 2 super chats. Ooh. Another one from Devin L2PS. Bring mosquito netting to keep out the scorpions. Oh, yikes.
Oh no, really?
And we've got
Thank you. That was a really nice super chat, but it made me so sad. I'm sorry.
And then we got another super chat from Tony Morris. Tequila train, highly recommended.
Yeah.
New to Airsoft, so hopefully you guys can help my wife and I out. Thanks. Have fun down there and have a shot on us.
Ah, we will. We will do all of those things for sure, Tony. If your wife is on Facebook, have her look up the group on Facebook. It's called Women of Airsoft, and it is a group that we have for women. We vet everybody to get into that group, so if you're a dude, no, you can't join it. But we do check to make sure that they are women's profiles and that they are actual airsofters. But have her join that group, have her request to join, and that is a really good source of information for everybody, for ladies that are interested in getting into the hobby. So as you can see, I have packed my suitcase into this compression sack, my suitcase, my sleep system into this compression sack. And so now I just have to cinch it down as small as possible. I think I could have done probably a little bit better job of packing it in here, but this will work. So you saw how big the sleep system was before. I have been able to compress it down to take up a little less room in my ruck. Still going to be kind of a lot. So this is why I said try to find yourself a sleep system that can compress down to very small, because it will really, really help you with your rucking, because for these games you have to carry everything that you need for the whole weekend out into the field. There's no going back to your car for the whole time. So everything that you'll need for the whole time you need to have with you. And if you can pack really light, then that makes your life a lot easier.
Got another super chat from Bonds Airsoft. Make sure you draw a circle to keep out sea bears.
Sea bears, S-E-A, or just the C word?
Sea bears, like S-E-A and then bears, or it might be...
I've never heard of sea bears. Is this a real thing, internet? Darn sea bears. Ooh, I'm getting this a lot smaller. This is good. Watch out. Ugh. All right, I did it. I did it. Much better.
That's pretty good.
Okay, much smaller. Now, lastly, I've got a few more things that I'm going to show you that I take. Ooh. More wet wipes. These are actually face wipes. They're like nice ones, so that way I can wash my face. More wipes that I tried to put in. Oh, this is a really handy thing to take. Also handy for ladies or anybody else. Instead of packing like my own toothbrush, toothpaste, all of that, I like to buy these little travel kits that you can get from like CVS or Walgreens or Walmart or Target, anywhere that has travel kits. I like to get these because inside of them, and I just keep this, and I keep it in this thing because it's really makes it easy for you. There's lotion in here. There's the tooth flosser things. There's toothbrush and toothpaste that are smaller. There's also shampoo and conditioner and deodorant in there, which I used all of that, so I just need to throw more deodorant in there. Airsofters, make sure you pack deodorant in your kit. For the love of everything, please use wipes and please pack deodorant. You don't have to smell so terrible. It's really easy to not smell awful. Like, you're going to smell awful, but you can prevent how awful you smell, or at least maintain it to a decent level. You don't have to stink so terribly, as so many of you do during these events. Sorry. I know I do too, but I try to like keep myself as presentable as possible. Okay, lastly, for a chest rig, this is the Wagner D3. Got this from Gray Shop. This is what I'm going to be running because, again, for longer games, I like being as light and low profile as possible. And that's what this allows me to do. Allows me to carry everything I need, mags, etc. And I will also be wearing a small assaulter's backpack. They don't call it that. I forgot what LBX calls this. It has some weird name. I called it the mini map. They call it something else. The LBX small backpack. I know this isn't Russian, so really sorry for all of you nerds that are like, Ricky, that doesn't go with your outfit. I'm sorry. But I need something to carry my water in, and that's what this is going to be. Speaking of, I didn't show you what I was using for water. These are actually really handy. I used to have a Source hydration pouch, but it broke and now it leaks. Sad day. So at the last game, I found that out, and so I got just one of these at Walmart. These are like little canteen pouches. But what I like about them is that as you drink them, you can roll them up. So eventually, like, sometimes the water can just fit into a pouch or a pocket. It makes it really easy, and it's got a carabiner on it. So my water goes in there, as well as this is where I'll be keeping any extra snacks, things like that, grenades if I can find some. Mags. I have had some issues with mags and feeding consistently and how they perform. And so even though these don't go with my AK is an AK-74 SU, and I'm running these US Palm mags, which also, again, they don't go with my outfit. But I'm sorry, these are the only mags that feed reliably and consistently. US Palm mags from PTS. 5. I only had 4 in my hands. Okay, couple more things.
Another super chat from Bonds Airsoft. Sea Bears is a SpongeBob reference.
Oh.
I looked it up. It's also a very old SpongeBob reference from like 2015.
Gotcha. Okay. Sea Bears. Got it. SpongeBob. Gloves. These are the Charlie gloves from SKD Tactical. I like wearing these because they have padding here in the knuckles. You can tell that these are old because I've worn out my index finger on these. But these are the gloves that I'll be wearing. I like SKD Tactical because they make gloves in women's sizes. Plus, these gloves are the most comfortable gloves that I've ever found, and you can use your touch screen devices while you're wearing these gloves, so that's why I like to wear them. And again, I have really tiny hands because I'm a lady. Not necessarily that all ladies have tiny hands, but I have tiny little hands, and so those are really the only gloves that I found that will run in small enough sizes to comfortably fit my hands. For iPro, my favorites to wear. Oh no, they're not in here, so I should find them. Okay, well, I need to find my iPro, but I usually run Smith Optics Aegis, and they come with 2 lenses. They run about $90 or maybe $60. I got them from Evic, and they have lenses that you can swap out. They come with a clear pair and a daytime pair. Ooh, I'm so cool. So I need to go find the rest of my iPro after this stream. Noted. But those are my favorite because I don't have to worry about fogging with those. They're really comfortable and they're affordable as far as very professional shooting glasses go. Lastly, sleeping pad. Everybody needs one of these. Not too small. So this is not what I would recommend. These huge things, this is what I'm taking. I just roll it up really small and I tie it to the outside of my ruck. But I do know that they make, for backpacking, there are very small sleeping pads that you can compact down to like this size, and they will instantly blow up, and they are a little more durable than even these are, and they compact down smaller. So that's on my list of things to get. They're a little pricey, so that's why I haven't made that step yet. But eventually, that's something that I would definitely recommend if you can swing it. Always want to have a sleeping mat though, because you never know where you're going to be sleeping. It helps keep out a lot of the cold and a lot of the moisture from coming up from the ground. And so you always want to make sure that you have some sort of mat to sleep on. I think, oh, I have 2 more things. A hat, because at nighttime it will be cold. So I have a hat, and I also have a neck gaiter to wear. This is a mil-spec monkey one. It's got a skull on it, so it's kind of derpy. But I have this to wear at night if I get cold. Okay, so that is all. I will take questions for, I guess, I'll take a few questions, if there's any good ones.
G Softer 556. Would anyone say ESS crossbows are good for airsoft use? Don't feel like spending $120 on oak leaves.
ESS crossbows?
Mm-hmm.
Are those like the shooting?
Yeah.
ESS is a good brand, so as far as I know, I don't really have any experience with them, because I've never used them, obviously, since I asked what they were. But I know that ESS goggles are good. I don't think that everyone necessarily needs really pricey eye pro. I'm not a huge fan of the Oakley M frames because I've seen them fog a lot. So that's why I don't own them.
Someone asked if you're taking a pistol.
Am I taking a pistol? No, I'm not, because these games are 0 minimum engagement distance, and it's all outdoors, so there's not really a lot of CQB that I know of, so I don't really see a need for a pistol.
Dan Wyatt asked, what gun are you taking?
What gun am I taking? It's an ENL AKS-74U. Actually, Josh Warren, the owner of Milsim West, I was letting him borrow it for a couple games, and so he still has it, and so he's taking it to Mexico for me, and I'm just showing up there with my mag and some batteries, and I'll be ready to go. Mm-hmm. Oh, it was also upgraded and tuned by Umbrella Armory, my gun, so it shoots far, and I like it.
X Higher X Series X. What side are you going to be on for the event?
What side am I going to be on? I'm going to be on Russian. That's why I have Russian camo. Yeah. If that didn't explain it. Sorry. Okay, a couple more questions, and then I should end this. The stream's been going on for a long time. Unless you guys have any really good, burning, exciting questions, and this gets super exciting.
Sorry, I'm trying to... There's a lot of spam going on. Stop spamming the
Why?
chat.
Why you spam? Why spam? Just...
Bonds Airsoft, can I get a West Virginia?
Mama! Country road.
Okay, Maxine Wilson,
Take me home.
you're
Take me home.
out of here.
Country road. You're out of here. Some people just want attention so bad. Look, this is a little secret pouch.
Here's a good one. S Web, tacos or nachos?
Tacos, I think. Really depends on the mood. Yeah, I think if I had to pick, I'd go tacos. There's so many ways you can do a taco. There's a lot of ways you can do nachos too, but tacos can be crunchy or not crunchy. Nachos can't.
G Softer 556, does pineapple go on pizza? Very important.
I eat it on pizza, so whatever you want to say from that. Yeah. Okay, I should probably go ahead and wrap this up. Thank you so much to everyone that joined in. I always like getting to hang out with you guys and get a little bit of your perspectives. I am going to try to live stream while we're in Mexico as much as possible, but it really depends on what service is like there, so I don't know what our service is going to be like. Hopefully it doesn't suck, so that way we can hang out. But regardless of service, I will be posting a lot to my community tab, community page, and on the YouTube stories as well. So if you are if you're watching right now and you want to follow our trip, make sure that you are getting notifications for my channel, because I am going to be posting a lot on the community page and in the stories page. I think Jett will be too also. If you don't know, this is my husband. This is Jett Desert Fox. He also likes to play Airsoft, and he's moderating the comments right now. Yeah. Thanks.
You're welcome.
Okay, I guess we will wrap this up, and hopefully we will see you guys in Mexico. Bye, guys.